What's up, SNA fans? Sorry about that, you guys. It went out like way too early than I expected it to be, and over a little bit over the 30-minute mark. I was expected to be an hour and 30 minutes, but not like when it's like barely a half an hour of the video. But back to what I was saying before that interrupted me. We got Razor then stopped the save from Pete Dunne, like going for the cover after Tyler Bate hit him with that spinning Death Valley driver. And yeah, anyway, I got away with it if it wasn't for that meddling Authors of Pain member. This is where then Razor to try to hit him with a double choke slam on both men, but this is where they turned it around and then turned his hand around while turning themselves around and then bend them fingers back. And I was like, yeah, you shouldn't have been grabbing them around the neck if they're not going to immediately choke slam already. But this is where then they went right both in the top corner row. This is where they hit a double axe handle like attack right onto the AOP. Remember, this is where we got. But this is where we got Scarlett that came up and started trying to distract the referee, doing some dirty and sneaky shenanigans, like with her talking to the referees, like they can't do that, like they're both in the ring, like how's fair? And this is where the referee's like, yeah, but like I'm doing my job, I'm letting them know that they only have about a few extra seconds to get in the ring. A few extra seconds. You're like, few extra seconds. Like, get this 5. Like, don't you realize that the time limit is only 5 seconds for the illegal teammate to be in the ring? In not 10 seconds. And then this is where the referee's like, yeah, I know that. What I mean to say is, like, they got a few seconds to be in the ring. Like, you better get out of the next 5 seconds or else you're going to be disqualified. But this is where we got Tyler Bate went right on the outside, flipping right over Scarlett, the referee, and Pete Dunne, like doing a little, somersault right onto Razor. This is where then he ran right into carrying cross, which I'm not sure if that was a good idea, because as soon as he went right onto him, this is where he gets he gets caught right up on the shoulders. This is where then he hits him with the F10 right in the middle of the ring. But this is where Pete Dunne dived right on the carrying cross when the referee wasn't looking. Like, I was like, man, the referees are so too distracted. Like, they can be too distracted when there's a heel manager or somebody in ringside that's trying to help the heel wrestler cheat. Like, they never have that much time with the legal wrestlers doing something, or even the other heel wrestler that's not distracting the referee or whatever. Yeah. This is where then we got this is where it hit the diving elbow strike right into the face. This is where then we got Pete Dunne in the row. Then got through. He grabbed what's their names? He went back in the ring. This is where he tried to finish off Akam. Yeah, Akam. He hits him with what's that called? A Uranagi slam. This is where then he tags in Razor in. This is where they hit him with that suplex powerbomb, the double team powerbomb suplex combo. That was kind of similar to the Dudley boys would do, like when they go for a double powerbomb. Okay, that's enough. Thank you. You're welcome. Anyway, this is where then he didn't hit the move. They got the 1, 2, 3. The winner of this match, the Authors of Pain. And I want to give a big congratulations for Barry. No, don't do it again. Uncle Super Ninja often got to finish his podcast. No, this is a scanner. This is a mouse. No. Treyu, yes. No. And there's something else. Did you do Super Ninja also needs to put on the Ryan's World? Yeah, but this is not a scanner. Pretend one of your toy cash register. I'm sorry, but this is why you want to do this when Super Ninja Austin's doing his podcast. Okay. But let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts onto the match. Really, Treyu. But anyways, it's where we move on to the next slide. And give a big congratulations to the Authors of Pain to getting the win. Like, this is gonna be their final win on SmackDown yet. and it seems like that's going to be the last time they're going to be at any match on the Blue brand. Now that this is their last night, we were talking about on the wrestling news. For those that wanted to be spoiled and already watched it and know, we saw that we heard about Paul Heyman was the mastermind of the reason why why Roman Reigns was not drafted over last week because he drawed out, but he was the guy that draw Roman out of. No, stop.
Thank you. No problem.
Okay, I'm about to put something on for you because you're kind of bored.
Yeah, I'm not bored, no.
All right, baby bird. That's like your Buzz like. All right, Super Ninja. But like I was saying, this is where we saw Paul Heyman and Nick Aldis was in the backstage discussing something. Where Paul Heyman was like, "Did you got my memo, Mr. Aldis?" And then this where yes, I did. Just now. You but the request you gave to me, it was denied. Here you go, Birdie Bird. If it's gonna satisfy you, I'm glad we do it. Well, either way, I still do it just because I'm trying to be the sweetest uncle I could possibly be to you. Here you go. But anyways, back here. Yeah, this is where we got Nick Aldis he's like I saw that, but no, I'm not gonna pull both Kevin Owens and Randy Orton out of this match that's been announced a week ago, because your boys Tama and Solo are the one that started this mess. Now they're gonna have to clean themselves out of this mess. And then this is where Paul Heyman was like, no, he was like, all right, leave them in the damn match. All I care, Mr. Aldis. But Randy Orton and Kevin Owens are no longer on my conscience. Aldis, what happens to Kevin Owens and Randy Orton tomorrow night? It's on. He was because whatever happens to Randy Orton and Kevin Owens tomorrow, that's not gonna be in my conscience, and that's gonna be in your conscience, Nick Aldis. And then this is where then he left out of there. But this is where before he left out of the office, this is where he's like, good night. And this is where he walked out of there. This is where Nick Aldis like, what is that supposed to mean? And then this is where Nick Aldis was like, somebody ordered the tribal chief. And then this is where Paul Heyman was like, and he was like, and this is where Paul Heyman was like, that's not funny. Funny reminder, huh? You think I'm laughing about that with that joke? And then this is where Nick Aldis was like, and he was like, with all the communications of the bloodline of Roman Reigns, you go through Paul Heyman, you're are you leading? Are you the one that's actually leading the charge, Mr. Heyman? And then this is where Paul Heyman's like, he's like, there's a huge difference between being in charge and being in control. I haven't even spoken to Roman Reigns since WrestleMania 40. And then this is where he's like, and then this is where his. And then this is where Paul Heyman then realized what he just said. And this is where Paul Heyman thought they're very good. Oh, they're cute too. But anyway, he realized this is where he gave a shocking look of what he just said. And the way he looked if he just revealed he committed a crime to the police, or if he admitted that he committed a murder crime, I should say. It's like if he confessed that he committed a murder to the police. The way he gave a look of him giving himself away, saying like, "I haven't spoke to Roman Reigns since WrestleMania 40." And this is where he gave a look. He gave his he did the eyes, and he did not realize what he just said until last minute. And this is where Nick Aldis is like, "Wait a minute, what did you just say? Like, you just." Like, you haven't spoken to Roman Reigns since WrestleMania, since last month. Now, so Roman Reigns had not. So you think you're going to expect me to believe that Roman Reigns opted himself out of the draft? Like, that's where part like Roman Reigns did not pull himself out of the draft. Like, I did. And I was like, wow. And then I was like, he literally just pulled him out. Like, and this is where Nick was like, oh, no wonder he's not on. And this is where Paul Heyman's like, you gotta understand what's going on. Like, I let me know to it. I couldn't allow Roman Reigns to be near the chaos that's going on from the last week. Where the bloodline, what's going on right now with the bloodline with Solo Sikoa thinking he's the new tribal chief, and then him adding this MFT Tama Tonga. Like, it's too dangerous even for the tribal chief himself. So I did what I had to do, what I thought was necessary. And you cannot suggest Kevin Owens and Randy Orton to what, like, of what's in the hands of the bloodline tomorrow. Like, and this is where then Nick Aldis was like, oh, that's so. And this is where it's like, you know what, Paul? Like, if you can take it on to yourself, pull Roman Reigns out of the draft, like, then maybe you should pull. Like, then I should suggest you pull Solo and Tama Tonga out of this match against Randy Orton and KO tomorrow. Or no, but not Solo and Tama Tonga. He said, you can pull out Randy Orton out of. If you can pull out Roman Reigns out of that chaos, like, I suggest you try to pull Randy Orton and Owens out of that match. And he's like, okay, I will. And then this is where he walked out of there. This is where next up I believe we got the RKO show, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, this is where we got the RKO show. This is where we got both Randy Orton and the Viper Randy Orton and the prize fighter Kevin Owens getting into the ring. This is where this was the first episode of the RKO show. Randy Orton and KO or duo. This is where we got Kevin Owens. Then welcome the Lyon France fans to the first ever RKO show debuting in their city. This is where they even said it in French, where fans were cheering like yeah. And then this is where they started cheering for him in French. This is where then Kevin Owens then got right to the point. And then this is where then KO then thanked him from last week for helping him even the odds and doing the wrestling math correctly. Like 2 on 2 equals 4, I guess you could say. But this is where he's like, yeah, don't mention the KO because there was not that much to convince me because I did I know, like, I did it for not only for you, but also for this very awesome people tonight. And this is where the fans were cheering, like, yeah, we get to see you tomorrow. Teaming with KO here for the in a tag team match against the two two new bloodline members, Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, or his MFT, I should say. I didn't say his name, but anyway, this is where. This is where Randy Orton's like, like, you guys, like, ladies and gentlemen, like, I didn't, like, like, for me to announce, like, it took me a lot of, and then before he can even finish his sentence, this is where fans are like, this is where they chant RKO to Randy Orton. This is where then Randy Orton was. And he was like, yeah, thank you guys. Like, as what I was saying, like, it took a lot of talking to do it, like, in the teaming with my best friend here, Kevin Owens, taking on the bloodline, like, and then and we're gonna be kicking both of their asses at Backlash, and fans were cheering like, "Yay!" And this is where Kevin Owens like, and he was like, "Yeah," and I know you have a little bit of. And he was like, I seen you had a little bit of concern onto that, and then I want to say, like at first, like we're gonna get to that point, and then we have a special guest train. But anyway, this is where we got Kale's like, we got a little special guest tonight, but even though I wasn't planning on to have a special guest, I only just have a little chat with my best boy here, right, in our match tomorrow night. But I thought I might just my guest tonight, right, because I couldn't help but notice like him being in Nick Aldis's office discussing things. So I'm gonna send him out here like and let him get some out of his system like he needs to tell to us. And that man is Paul Heyman, and that's where Paul Heyman came out. And this is where he was like, I do not want to mention his name. Like, yeah, I know you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I do not want to mention his name, but he popped up on my phone, and he messaged me that he had something to say to me and Orton, and now he's out here. What do you got to say, Mr. Heyman? Just tell us, like, just like what. Before I get in that, this is where Kevin Owens didn't announce Paul Heyman. This is where he asked Randy Orton to do it. This is where Randy Orton was like, okay, like the man that I would love to give those dangerous letters in all of sports entertainment in a hilarious way. But he's like, I'm gonna spare him for now. And that man is Paul Heyman. This is where Paul Heyman came in. This is where he came out. This is where This is where Paul Heyman, this is where fans gave him a biggest ovation because he's a legendary manager for 30 plus years in the wrestling business. But anyway, this is where Paul Heyman was like, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to, as me as a WWE Hall of Famer, I am the record He's like, I am a record tour and a bona fide, what he said, some kind of a bona fide figure, and some other words that he said in French, which I'm not sure what he was referring to at the moment. He's like, and without a question of a WWE's undisputed wise man. And I was like, yeah, you was the undisputed wise man, but you're just the wise man. And no pun intended to my phrase of the, but you get what I mean. He was the undisputed, but now he took out the undisputed terms because now Cody Rhodes is the undisputed champion, and the Tribal Chief's nowhere to be found at the moment. Probably not until the next few months. Whenever he probably wants a title back, probably. But anyway, this is where for now we saw Paul Heyman's like, I came here with respect, at the gration, and of course, with wisdom, and yeah, and may I.